Good afternoon, I'm Charles Lejano. This is One News Now. Parallel investigations are in place to look into the alleged misencounter between police officers and Army soldiers in Jolo, Sulu. But as early as now, the Army's commanding general says the spot report of the regional police has been whitewashed. Let's get more details on this with News 5's Patricia Mangune. She's reporting to us live from Taguig. Pat, what's the Army saying?
Charles, 3 of the 4 soldiers who were killed in a shooting incident in the hands of the police in Jolo, Sulu have been brought home to Manila, while 1 remained as he is a resident of Mindanao. But Philippine Army Commanding General Gilbert Gapay believes that this was not a misencounter, but a murder. The Philippine Army has given the fallen soldiers arrival honors at the Villamor Air Base. The ceremony was led by Philippine Army Commanding General Gilbert Gapay, while families of the fallen soldiers were also present to mourn the death of their loved ones. The 4 slain soldiers were intelligence operatives of the Philippine Army. They were identified as Major Marvin Indamog, Captain Erwin Managelod, Sergeant Jaime Velasco, and Corporal Abdal Asula. They were tailing unsuspected terrorists who were possibly bombers in Jolo, Sulu at that time of the shooting. Lieutenant General Gapay is enraged by the incident, which he touts as a murder, since the soldiers did not fire any weapons.
Yes, it was murder. It is murder. So,
You were over misencounter, sir?
there's no misencounter dahil hindi naman pumutok yung tropa namin. Nandun yung mga baril nila sa baba. And they know these are PNP personnel. That's why kung may misencounter, nagkaputukan, palagay niya walang tatamaan na PNP. So, there was no misencounter here. It was a rub out.
Gapay also thinks that the spot report of the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region's Police Regional Office was whitewashed. With this, he demands accountability from the 9 police officers involved and wants the municipal director of the Jolo Police Station and the provincial director of Sulu relieved from their posts.
I was enraged by what I read from that spot report. I've said in my statement last night, we find the report fabricated, full of inconsistencies, parang sine, and very misleading, ano?
It was Monday afternoon when the soldiers were flagged down on board their vehicle upon passing by the Jolo Police's checkpoint. After introducing themselves and fleeing the checkpoint, the police chased and fired at them. Based on the initial report from the PNP, the undercover soldiers allegedly pulled out weapons first, forcing police to draw their weapons as well. PNP Chief Archie Gamboa said they will wait for the NBI's impartial investigation to get to the bottom of the incident.
Whatever would be the findings of the National Bureau of Investigation, the Philippine National Police and the Armed Forces of the Philippines will together embrace whatever the recommendations. If ever there are charges that would be filed, then the Philippine National Police would always be open to it.
Meanwhile, Interior Secretary Eduardo Año has also ordered the PNP to disarm the policemen involved and restrict them under the custody of the Sulu Provincial Director, pending investigation by the CIDG and the NBI. Año urged the investigators to leave no stone unturned. Charles, the remains of the soldiers brought home will first undergo an autopsy facilitated by the NBI, after which the Philippine Army will assist in arranging the funeral service at the libingan ng mga bayani. Charles?
Thank you, Patricia Mangune. President Duterte will address the nation tonight. Palace spokesperson Harry Roque did not disclose the exact time of the president's televised address. But he did say that Duterte is expected to discuss new community quarantine classifications to be implemented in the coming weeks. Roque said the IATF has already decided on all pending appeals lodged by provinces that wanted either a stricter or a more relaxed quarantine. Ahead of that announcement, DILG Undersecretary Jonathan Malaya told One News's Agenda that it's no longer practical to implement region-wide lockdowns. He said the way to minimize the pandemic's economic impact is to impose more granular lockdowns, such as per city or barangay.
millions of our countrymen are going to lose their job if we don't reopen the economy. So, given that this is the situation, it's better if we just contain the implementation of the lockdowns rather than implement this on a regional or provincial level, which resulted in what is called as the localized or granular approach.
The number of new COVID-19 cases in the country hits the 1,000 mark again. This as the Health Department records 1,080 new COVID-19 cases, with over 850 fresh cases and around 200 late. COVID-19 cases in the country have now reached 37,500. 11 new deaths were also reported today, bringing the death toll to more than 1,260. Meanwhile, total recoveries in the country exceed 10,000, with over 270 new recoveries over the past 24 hours. Over in Cebu, case doubling time. That's the amount of time cases increased twofold, is already at 7.8 days. Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergere attributes this to the clustering of cases in barangays and jail facilities. However, Vergere insists that the National Capital Region remains the epicenter of the pandemic.
A lot of our experts are still saying that NCR is still the epicenter, and we are seeing hotspots or rising cases in other areas of the country. Ang NCR, kahit na tumataas ang Cebu, makikita natin yung continuous numbers dito sa NCR. So as to identifying which is the epicenter, our experts and still nandito pa rin, no? Although makikita natin ng Cebu, nagbo-boom siya ngayon, we try to analyze again after maybe 2 weeks. But for now, it's still NCR, and Cebu is just one of those hotspot or areas of specific focus now for DOH.
With enrollment numbers down by almost half from where it stood last year, the Education Department is extending school registration by another 15 days. The DepEd says this covers both physical and online registration for kindergarten up to grade 12. Laila Pangilinan with the details.
With millions of students still unenrolled for the next school year, the Education Department has extended the enrollment in public schools until mid-July. The DepEd's latest tally shows that so far, around 15 million have already enrolled this year, significantly lower than last year's 27 million. Malacanang now urges parents to register their kids as soon as possible.
Pwede ba huwag na natin antayin ang July 15? Huwag naman pong hayaan na matigil ang proseso ng edukasyon ng ating mga anak bagamat meron pong COVID-19.
Meanwhile, at the Batasan Hills National High School, only a few enrollees came by on Tuesday, the original deadline for enrollment. The principal says most of them opted to go online.
Meron kaming confirmation slip, confirmation through electronic confirmation through the advisors. Malaman natin kung tutuloy sila.
Some parents who went to school physically expressed their concerns. Nelin, for one, is worried because her child's name did not appear in the master list.
Kasi nasira po kasi yung cellphone namin eh. Bago po na yung cellphone namin, tinignan niya, wala pa daw po siya sa master list. Kaya sabi niya, ma, punta ka ng school, baka hindi pa ako naka-enroll.
For Adeline, online enrollment takes too much time.
Kasi wala pong reply regarding dun sa online. Baka po kasi may drop box na pwedeng i-re-enroll ulit.
The principal suggests that guardians coordinate with advisors if any other issues come up.
Hindi kami nagpabaya. We're doing our part, our best, para maka-reach out itong mga bata.
The principal also noticed an influx in the number of transferees.
Private school most kasi siguro yung sa financial side, they opted for public.
The school will not be able to provide laptops for students, but the administration is hopeful that the Quezon City LGU will fulfill its promise to give away gadgets for free among junior and senior high school students. For News 5, Laila Pangilinan. We are One News.
Time now to pause for a quick break. Keep it here on One News. Charles Lejano. You're still watching One News Now. The National Telecommunications Commission has issued a cease and desist order against Sky Cable's direct broadcast satellite service. The order, signed by NTC Commissioner Gamaliel Cordoba, asks Sky Cable to explain why the radio frequencies assigned to it should not be recalled for lack of necessary congressional franchise. This after House Deputy Speaker Rodante Marcoleta questioned why Sky Cable continued to operate, while its parent company, ABS-CBN, has been ordered to go off-air. The cable provider is ordered to refund all subscribers with unconsumed prepaid load, deposits on equipment and services, as well as those who have made advance payments or monthly charges. Meanwhile, rescuers have yet to find any sign of the 14 Filipinos who went missing after their fishing boat collided with a foreign vessel. The Philippine Coast Guard will have to decide in the coming days whether or not they will continue with the search. To give us the latest update, we have JC Cosico. He is reporting live from Mandaluyong. JC, what do you have for us?
Charles, the Philippine Coast Guard continues its probe over the collision of a Filipino fishing vessel and a Hong Kong flag cargo vessel off the coast of Mindoro last Saturday. It was 10:20 in the evening Saturday night when Hong Kong flagged MV Vienna Wood collided with Liberty 5. But it was only 3 hours after, past 1 a.m. on Sunday, when the Philippine Coast Guard received a distress email from the foreign vessel. That 3-hour window, says the PCG, is crucial in search and rescue operations.
Pwede pa sanang mapasok yung ibang spaces niya para sana makuha natin yung mga na-trap doon, if ever na-trap yung mga missing crew na hinahanap natin ngayon. Tinitingnan namin why it took them 3 hours, no? Or 3 hours looking at their responsiveness and promptness in sending such distress call.
While the MV Vienna claimed to have remained in the site of the incident, the PCG says it did not deploy any small boats to assist in rescue efforts.
So their priority then was to bring the ship away from the capsized fishing vessel and to those responding fishing vessels in the vicinity, because if not, they might lose control of the ship and will also hit the small vessels responding to such.
About 7 other fishing vessels were present in the area at the time of the incident. The PCG says accounts of the persons on board these vessels will be considered in their probe. As it is, the PCG finds it unlikely that MV Vienna Wood deliberately hit the local fishing boat.
I think that's very unfair kasi sa mga marinero naman, it's a criminal act to do that.
Crew members of the foreign vessel also claimed that Liberty 5 only flashed one signal light, a white light, an indication that they are going in the same direction as the MV Vienna Wood. That light color, says the PCG, was crucial.
Yung green at saka red light will determine if it is really hitting vessel, is it the crossing port, crossing starboard, mga ganon. Sa mga among mariners, pag white light kasi makikita mo, ibig sabihin, sinusundan mo yung barko. You are on the same direction at pinupuntutan mo yung barko.
Since the PCG has yet to find signs of any survivors, they will have to assess by Thursday whether or not to continue with search and rescue operations. Charles, the MV Vienna Wood is still detained at the Batangas port as the investigation is still ongoing, and should it be proven that they have a hand on the incident, crew members may face civil or criminal charges. Back to you.
Thank you. That was News 5's JC Cosico reporting from Mandaluyong. For more updates, follow News 5, the Philippine Star and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. And you can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Just register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. We are One News.